All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. So, let's get right into the video, or let's get the 5 by 5s out of the way, and then we'll jump right into the video. But tonight, we're going to talk about something T Mobile did, and there's a bit of a confusion as to what's going on with that. Oh, boy. Women are a pain in the ass. I swear to God, I shit you not. Anyway, prep to adapt. Flown grown. Joe FW, thank you for the 5 by 5 guys. Finley the dog, thank you for the 5 by 5 Water Tiger, Cat Girl, My Sky Dive, Blackfoot, Clay B, Big John, thank you for the 5 by 5 Jason, thank you for the Spam by Spam. All American Prepper, thank you for joining me tonight, man. Forrest, Loretta, WTC, thank you for the 5 by 5 Kit Carlson, One Shot, One Kill. Dobie, thank you for the 5 by 5 CC, if I said that right, thank you for the 5 by 5 Smalls, thank you for the 5 by 5 Maria, again, Big John, Kay, Janine, thank you for the 5 by 5 Eric, thank you for the 5 by 5 King, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Adriana, thank you for the 5 by 5 Tina, thank you for the 5 by 5 Anne Marie, thank you for the 5 by 5 Mo Prepper, thank you for the 24 by 24 At Peace in the Woods, thank you for the 5 by 5 Jason, thank you for the 5 by 5 again. Sean, thank you for the 5 by 5 Smalls, thank you for the thumbs up. Debs, thank you for the 5 by 5 All right, all right, all right. All right, guys. So, let's get into it. So there was this videos going around, I'm sorry, about T-Mobile's terms of service policy change and fines against customers. A lot of people are reporting that customers are going to get fined because of illegal content in their text message. That is not entirely true. So not that it's entirely true, that's not true. It's not affecting customers, it's affecting non-customers, and I think these are solicitors that are doing a lot of soliciting on these apps. So there was a conversation between the what you call it somebody here. So apparently there's a T-Mobile community, and in the T-Mobile community, they're having this conversation right now. But there's a lot of miscommunication, and I won't say misinformation. I think people read this and jumped to conclusions really quick. Now, again, my buddy Prepper Revelator, he had sent me screenshots on this, and I remember reading it and looking at it and going, "Wait a minute, this is not for us. This is not for customers." Now, I'm not a T-Mobile customer. I'm an AT&T customer, though. Obviously, this can happen amongst what you call it. But there was something here. This is why I was like, this is not about us. It said, where is it? So they were talking about punishment, right? And in the punishment charts, they were talking about non-customers. So now T-Mobile people are customers. This doesn't affect customers. This affects people who are non-customers at some way, shape, or form. They have to, they get into the text messaging system and they text shit that involves sex, hate, alcohol, and firearms. Again, I don't know, and tobacco. So there's something called Shaft, and there's something where they are fining the non-customers $2,000, $1,000, or $500, depending on the offense. Now, when they started mentioning phishing, smishing, and social engineering, customers don't normally do that. And that is for people who are generating those text messages you get out of fucking nowhere. You're like, oh, do you want to donate to such and such, you know? And then you're looking at the text like, I don't know this fucking person. So you ignore it, right? So now that's the person who they're going to wind up hitting with these fines because they have a cell number, and the cell number is going back to that person who is not a part of T-Mobile. They get the fine, and that's what phishing, smishing, and social engineering in. It's actually illegal in a lot of states, and that's why in one of their rules in the policy change, this is to protect customers from these illegal texting. That's what it comes down to. So I had to dive a little deeper because there was a YouTuber who I was sent a video of, and the guy looked like he's Amish. Let me get his name. It's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I think a lot of you guys know who that is. He I'm gonna for Not throwing him under the bus, but he got it wrong. He got the entire thing wrong. Now, a couple of people spoke with the agents that work for T-Mobile, and the T-Mobile agents were not entirely sure. That's the other thing that people have to realize as well. They weren't entirely sure as to what the hell they were looking at or what they were reading for that matter. So they didn't know how to answer the question. But a lot of people on their website, if you will, from 3 days ago, we're going to read one. So now T-Mobile has quietly updated their TOS terms of service to include fines for contents they do not agree with. Beginning on July 1st, 2024, they will be fining users who committed perceived violations on their bandwidth. Again, it's not users, it's non-customers. A lot of people are getting this wrong. And then the guy goes, "Who knew in America that your phone provider would now be policing your content of your text messages to fine you?" Again, that doesn't make any sense for a company to fine their customers. Being that I also looked around, AT&T's not doing this. Who else is out there? Verizon's not doing this. They're not even talking about this. So this is only with T-Mobile. Now, when you look at it closer, guys, again, this is to combat people who are sending out those shitty text messages, who are not in the system, who are not with T-Mobile. They're getting a fine. Now, if they are with T-Mobile and they are sending out these texts, they do not get the fine because they are technically a customer. So again, it's for non-customers only, and people are taking out the non-customer part and just saying users. Nowhere in the policy that I read anything about users. It's about non-customers. Now, if they change that to customers, that's an entirely different ballgame, and that's a different question. But T-Mobile wouldn't do this because they would lose subscribers or users, if you will, immediately. Immediate fuck delete. So I don't see T-Mobile doing this for customers. I only see this for non-customers as it currently reads. So this is something that people have to be careful because you have YouTubers. Now, this Doug and Stacy guy, I'm pretty sure he's on the level. I know a lot of people follow him, but even then, you still got to be careful, guys. You still got to be careful how this shit is being read, and you got to do the research yourself. Again, the Purple Revelator, he gave me this research because he looked at it too, and he's like, this shit don't make any sense. And we're both looking at it going, this doesn't make any sense. So it dives a little deeper, and these are the things I found. So somebody in the chat, I said absolutely false. Since this is the second post, I'm just going to copy and paste the first post. He says, this. I seriously doubt this is true. This is supposedly legal inform users for non-customers or people that are soliciting text messages, right? For whatever the fuck they're soliciting. Suckerdick.com, I love titties, .org, whatever it is, that's what they're trying to combat. And then finding these people by using their cell phone number, tracing it back to them, and then hitting them with whatever charges they're going to hit with. So again, guys, this is not for customers. This is for non-customers. If that person who is soliciting happens to be a T-Mobile customer, this doesn't apply to him. So I can see a catch-22 with that because now you can see more solicitors signing up with T-Mobile, and now they're a customer, and it doesn't apply to them. That's the loophole they can go with, unless they fine-tune this by January 1st, sorry. So again, this goes into effect January 1st, 2024, not for customers. This is for non-customers who are soliciting, phishing. I don't know what the fuck smishing is. Someone's going to have to tell me what smishing is. I never heard of such a thing. Nonetheless, guys, people got to be careful as to what they're reading, how they're reading, and where they're getting their information from. Because as I read it, it just didn't make any sense to me. So I just want people to be careful of that. And, and again, do your own research, guys. Do your read. Anyway. So, with that, guys, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit going on with the communications of our cell phones, internet, things like that are changing on a national level, but that has nothing to do with this. So, smishing is scam text. Okay. Thank you, Joe FW, for that. I had no clue what that was. I'm like, and either I'm getting old or I just didn't know what that was. I'm gonna go with getting old. So yeah, he says he's borderline fear mongering, so stop watching his channel. All right, listen, guys, there's a lot that's gonna go on, and so I think a lot of sorry, there's a lot of channels out there that are fear mongering for money. But we had this discussion before. You know who the fuck they are. And a lot more channels are sitting there looking at their views going, holy shit, yo, I got fucking 100,000 views talking about this. Let me see if I can keep going. And then they keep going. Note two, I have to remember where I got this t-shirt from. I buy so much shit, guys, I can't keep up. I get shit in the mail now. I'm taking something called Sheila Jit, or Jat, however you want to pronounce it. And this stuff is great for boosting testosterone, energy. I feel the energy more than anything. The testosterone, I definitely feel an uptick in it. But it is great stuff to take. It tastes like dog shit. With that, I'm getting a lot of that in because I'm ordering from different companies to see who's who and who's not and who's what. Like who has natural Shilajit and who doesn't. So I get mailed to me all the time. With t-shirts, it's the same thing. I'm on Instagram or I'm on Facebook and I see a shirt, I click buy and I forget where I got it from. So I'll try to remember where I got this from. Iowa Vikings says Dubs and Stacey have made mistakes and they do fix it as they do more research. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, well, listen, the fear mongering guys, again, it's for money. I don't think these guys believe that shit. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't. But I know that they're doing it for cash. That's all they're doing it for. So, I mean, granted, some of it is bullshit. You know, you can't have a high alert every day. You can't have an oh my God moment every day. You really can't. You know, some things, guys, you read and you're like, holy shit. That sounds serious. And then we'll report it. But you have to reference it with it could, might, or maybe happen. You can't say this is going to happen. I told you guys, I told you that this is going to happen, and definitely we're going to see World War III break out. They're going to be dropping nukes on us by the middle of the year. We are in fucking December, and I haven't seen anybody's sky light up. That kind of shit is old. But when you see something and your heart jumps and you're like, shit, this could be bad, you got to step back, read more information, and then release it. Right? But we're not doing that. A lot of people want to, because they're scaring themselves and they want to scare the public with them. They're like, man, my fucking nuts receded back up into my stomach. Let me fucking report this so I can make everybody like a bitch. You know, like, and that's how these guys are carrying on. And again, they're doing it for the money. So you really can't blame them because it's better than OnlyFans and sucking dick on the side. That's for fucking sure. But, you know, scaring the people where people are now not respecting you, that's the problem. A lot of people are fucking losing respect for these guys. Yeah, some of these guys, the world is ending twice a day. You know, guys are like, yo, the world's coming to an end. Around 6 o'clock, I'm going to have my next video. And then, you know, then they do it again. All right, you know what, it didn't happen. But it's bound to happen. Then they fix it up the next day. Well, it's bound to happen. Yeah, man, the world is bound to crack in two. The sun is bound to explode and fuck us all. You know, a cosmic explosion, it's bound to happen. It's bound to eat this planet up. A black hole can appear out of nowhere and swallow us up. Rosie O'Donnell can get fatter, fall out of her chair, crack the earth in two. Anything can happen. But it doesn't mean you start scaring the shit out of people just because it makes you more money. Man, I could make a lot of money scaring the shit out of a lot of people. I'm not going to do it. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, he could do the same shit. He doesn't do it. Pinball Preparedness, he could do the same fucking thing. He's not doing it. Right? A lot of us are not doing it. And we are comfortable with that because we're not fucking assholes. And we're not sitting here living the asshole life, you know, fucking like, oh, how are we going to fuck people in the ass today? And how are we going to scare the shit out of them? How are we going to scare them to buy more products? When the whole Earth, the nuclear holocaust is coming, a certain prepper was boosting the radiation pills. It's making money on it. Now, listen, guys, it's good to have those radiation pills if you live in a big city, especially like New York. Don't get me wrong. But when you're pumping that lie, when you're pumping that event multiple times a week so that you can make money, that's a bit much. Yes, a lot of us do have shit to sell. If you guys are looking for radiation pills, I will post a link so that you guys find it. But I'm not going to do it out of the purpose of making fucking money, though I do get a kickback if you buy off of Amazon. But I'm going to be upfront about it and not lie about the shit. Debs, a lot of people are. I stopped watching a lot of channels for that reason. I'm like, and listen, some of those channels, they got me sucking. I'm like, oh shit, what's going to happen? When you watch it, you're like, motherfucker, I wasted 15 minutes of my life that I can never get back because you told me some shit that's not going to happen. And it's even worse when they phrase it so on the title. Guys, you got to watch this. This is about to go down. And then you watch it, and you're like, that's not going to fucking happen. Nor is it going to go down. And then it doesn't go down. And you're like, motherfuckers. But that's what we are. That is our community. Our community likes to scare the shit out of people. But there are financial communities that speak nothing but financial talk. The economy, the stock market, they do the same shit. Guys, you got to watch my channel. The economy is about to tank. And they do that shit 8 times a year. Or maybe 8 times a month. They do the same shit. You got basket weaving channels talking about, oh my God, we're running out of materials to basket weave. You got to tune in. I can tell you where to get your basket weaving material from. I'm pretty sure they do the same shit. Everybody has a fear-mongering angle because society likes to be scared. That's why we watch dystopian movies. We like to be scared. We like to get our fucking... We like to have our panties in a bunch. We like to do this shit on purpose. That's why we watch those things. That's why we watch those movies. That's why we watch those videos. Certain preppers, Canadian prepper, I don't know why I keep saying it, Canadian prepper has a large following because people want to be scared. Full spectrum, large following because he wants to be scared. A lot of people want to be scared is why they watch those channels. You got guys that are jumping on that bandwagon, just starting out, because they're like, I can make money off of people being scared. Underwater lesbian basket weaving. That's a new one. But yeah, man, too many fearmongers out there. It's just enough. Enough. And then when it doesn't happen, people still tune in. Though I am watching more and more people step away from those channels. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying I'm recognizing a movement and people recognizing what's bullshit and what's not. Doesn't pay to lie, guys. It bites you in the ass. And it doesn't pay to lie online. It bites you in the ass. When fucking people like that girl with the cancer, she was talking about, oh, I got cancer. And she had a shunt, but the shunt tube was in the wrong area. And a doctor or nurse picked up on it and blew her shit out of the waters, calling her fake. Right? So we have people that are always going to lie on here, but you're always going to get found out when you lie. That's why I'm as honest as I possibly can be, because no one's going to catch me in a fucking lie. They're like, aha, I got that nigga. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. There ain't shit on here that I never fucking talked about, or haven't talked about, or if something popped up, I admit to it. Whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't pay to lie. I don't, it's whatever. He said, Jeremy Babe is a financial fearmongering YouTuber. No shit. Never heard of the guy until you mentioned him. Fearmongers don't need help. No, they don't, I guess. I guess not. That's why I try not to mention a lot of channels, but you guys know, I have it in for a couple guys, so I mention them just because, one guy's all about the money. Listen, I thought Canadian Prepper was about the prepper community. I sincerely thought he was. I thought he was about squaring us away and helping us out, but there was a favor, there was a favor I had asked him a few years ago, and he was like, nah, man, it's just not going to work, and I don't think, and this, that, and the third. I'm like, the guy's a phony. Right then and there. Right? So, I'm not going to discuss what the discussion was about. Nonetheless, it's when I made up my mind, the guy's fucking all about his pockets. He's not about the cause. People like him are never about the cause. They're about the money. And he doesn't give a fuck. That's the other thing. He does not fucking care. Colleen, thank you for the donation. right? And a lot of those channels do not fucking care. They're about their pockets and they're trying to line it up. And listen, I get it. It's a double-edged sword because they're fear mongering, gaining money to prep their family, to square their family away so their family's prepped. I get that. I understand that. You know, so you listen, do what you do, but it'll eventually bite them in the ass. It always does. You just got to be patient. And I'm not hoping for anything bad to happen to them or their channel. I'm just saying time will catch up with them. But anyway, enough of that fucking bantering bullshit. All right, man, we are 20 minutes on. We are going to go off the air. Again, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Enjoy your New Year's. Keep your head on the swivel for your New Year's. It's probably best if you stay home. It's always better to stay home and hang out with your loved ones. So I don't get my balls broken about that. But yeah, nonetheless, guys, enjoy your New Year's. And I will see you guys next year. Get that one. I'll see you guys next year sometime. I think I'm working straight next week. So it'll probably be the following week. I'll have a live stream, but I will still have my videos up and running. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for dealing with me. Thank you for following my channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for sticking with me for the many years that a lot of you guys stuck with this channel. And I will see a lot of you guys next year, guys. Happy New Year's.